We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Emery's parents are Trudy and Noe. Kaden Brown. Kaden's parents are Nicole Brown, Chad Brown, and Melissa Brown.
Oh, I gotta play you something, bro.
Kyla Charles. Kyla's parents are Ricky and Janae. Up next, Sophia Cornelius. Sophia's parents are Kenneth and Jamie. Up next, Molly Felgenauer. Molly's parents are Jason and Bridget. Up next, Ainsley Barrett. Ainsley's parents are Brenda and Jay. Isabella Medina. Isabella's parents are Julian and Stephanie. Ariana Racinos. Ariana is joined by parents Lala and Ronnie Jeffries. Up next, Aubrey Stellar. Joined by her father, John. Riley Thomas. Joined by her mother, Tanya. Emery Valenzuela. Emery's parents are Amanda and Ray. Arnett cheerleader Amy Woodward. Joined by parents Jessica Gonzalez and Brian Woodward. And our final cheerleader and senior for 2023, Maddie Ureta. Maddie's parents are C.G. Carpenter and Ricky Ureta. Once again, let's hear it for all of our 2023 Frontier Titan seniors.
Yeah.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Good evening, sports fans. This is Kenny Calvin. I'm joining Vance Palm on our Kern High Network broadcast as the Frontier Titans host the Centennial Golden Hawks. But today is special because it's a salute to service. We have some of our nation's heroes out helping welcome the team. So I wanted to come in and give you guys a quick synopsis of what's happening during pregame on senior night. We've already had the players, band, and cheerleaders celebrated with their parents. Now we have our service members welcoming on the Frontier Titans as they look to seal the deal on their first league championship, to my knowledge. We'll be back on Kern High Network, but you guys are staying here. I'm Kenny Calvin. I'll be joined by Vance Palm. We got Julian Wilson, our producer-director tonight. We'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Falcons for tonight's game. Please welcome back to Frontier High School former Titan football players, United States Marine Corps Sergeant Christopher Budak, retired, and United States Navy Petty Officer 3rd Class Benjamin Watts. Joining us for the ceremonial coin toss this evening are also retired Chief Master Sergeant and Kern High School District Board of Trustees Vice President Derek Teisinger, Frontier High School Campus Security Stephen Bastisto, Frontier High School Mathematics teacher Cam Cummings, and representatives from Honor Flight Kern County. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please be seated for a special announcement. It's the only way I can do it.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I'm Vance Palm, Kenny Calvin, Julian Wilson. Welcome to the Kern High Network. Live exclusive coverage of high school activities in the Kern High School District. Tonight, the activity is athletics, specifically varsity football. We're at Frontier High School, and it's a very, very festive evening. So before I even bring Kenny into the broadcast, I'm going to step out a little bit and let you guys soak up the atmosphere. A big football game tonight between the Frontier Titans, Centennial Golden Hawks. We are honoring our veterans. Captains are meeting. National anthem's about to start. We're going to lay out for a second, let you enjoy the ambiance of the evening. Then it's football time on the Kern High Network.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you all please rise, remove your hats, and focus your attention to the south end of the field and our nation's flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, performed by the Frontier High School Marching Titans and conducted by Frontier's Director of Bands, Mr. Douglas Kelly.
Well, a very good evening. Thanks for sticking with us. We wanted to get on the air. We had a JV game that went down to a very climactic finish. I mean, a big one. We'll talk about it in a few minutes, but it went down to the wire, took us later in the evening, and then it's senior night at Frontier High School, so all of the football players, cheerleaders, marching band, color guard. So we're just a tad late getting started. Still great to have you with us. Again, I'm Vance Palm, Kenny Calvin to my right, Julian Wilson, our director, producer to my left. I'm going to bring Kenny in right now. Kenny, less than a week ago, 6 nights ago, you and I and Rich Cornford called maybe the game of the last 5 years over at Liberty when Frontier knocked off Liberty and the bedlam began. Here we are 6 nights later. Just as important of a game for Frontier High School because they can wrap up a sole championship of their league. And how about Centennial getting to play the spoiler? Let's welcome in Kenny Calvin.
Well, I mean, it's beautiful to see them get over the hump last week, you know, because coming into the game, and you heard me talk about it all night, it's a lot of people around town that felt like Frontier had a weaker schedule and didn't deserve to be there.
Right.
You know, so throughout the contest, you saw how well matched they were, and that was the beauty of the experience for me. And though Liberty was out without their quarterback, I seriously doubted their quarterback could guard Mr. Watson, you know, and that was really the story. Watson took over the game defensively, he took over the game offensively. So it was great to see them get over that hump, but they have a job to do tonight. I told my cousin Daniel Calvin, coach of the offensive and defensive lines, hey, you better tell your guys to come out with the same intensity or more, because this game may be more important than last week.
Frontier will boot the football up. Thank you, Kenny. Great to see you. Centennial will take it. The Golden Hawks come into tonight with an overall record of 5-4, 1-2 in league play. Finally goes down at the 27-yard line, and the Titans undefeated, 9-0. Both of these teams in the Southwest Yosemite River League. We have rankings, state rankings, central section rankings. Got a lot of stuff going on tonight. A nice presentation in between the first and second quarter to the big boss of the Kern High School District, Dr. Schaefer. There's a lot happening tonight, but right now it is football. Great to have everybody with us. Thursday night football. Not a full moon yet. I can't howl tonight, but I think I'm going to howl tomorrow night at our final Friday night game, Kenneth.
Well, right now, looks like Centennial's going to howl with the shotgun double set, pistol formation.
Low snap, has to go down to get it, and he's in trouble right away.
VP, a few weeks ago, I saw Centennial play Liberty, and the first snap was a botched snap that cost them a safety. They have to get those kind of mistakes corrected early, because it's been disastrous for them first snaps of the half.
Quarterback is Adam Kopus, the senior.
Second down.
Trips open set for Kopus. He's passed for 66% on the year. He's a capable guy. Just got to avoid the mistakes, and as I say it, there's another.
Well, that may be on Frontier. I think that's going to be on the big fella up front. Got a little aggressive. You figure if you're a Frontier Titan, you've been chomping at the bit to play tonight because you want to capitalize on that momentum and keep that vibe going from that big win. The last thing you want to do is wait around another week. So they only had to wait 6 nights. Little aggressive on the line there. Back to a 2nd and 11. Adam Kopus, the quarterback for the Golden Hawks. We're just underway. First drive. Oh, that ball looked good for a second, but how about that great play there by Roy Vaughn. Vaughn comes in to put his hand up. Looked like a pretty good pass, and it was right in the slot, and it was headed right toward Jace Gorospe. Let's not forget, Centennial up on the top of your screen, way up top, the incomparable Jackson Santiago.
It's good to see him back. Trips open set.
Hard count again. Centennial thought they got him to jump. They did not. They're going to have to get the play off here pretty soon. It's Kopus in the shotgun, heels on the 20. Another low snap, has to get rid of it quickly. A la Patrick Mahomes, a little sidearm. How about this? What a nice start. And a really good play out there. I think that's Corona. It is Francisco Corona.
You know, and one of the things about this contest, VP, is Centennial's been kind of wounded over the past few weeks, and people may have thought that they're not the same. But getting somebody like Jackson back turns this high-octane offense into that fully automated machine.
Absolutely, partner. You kidding me? You're talking about an all-area player of the year. This is a dude that you want on your squad every single snap, Kenny. Kopus looks back, talks to his running back, said, hey, thanks for being there so I could sidearm it to you and pick up a big first down. Ball is dabbed smack in the middle of the football field on the Titan logo. This time they try to go again to Corona on the ground. Packed house tonight, senior night. And Kenny and I and Julian witnessed quite the end to a JV game. Maybe when we get a timeout or something like that, we can talk about that one. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah. It might be the best JV game I ever seen in history.
There was a last play with no time on the clock, an extra play because the touchdown was called back that would have given Frontier the win. And I'll keep you in suspense. 2nd and 11. Kopus has Corona behind him, in motion. Gorospe, play action. They find it, they overthrow Gorospe. That'll be 3rd down.
And one of the things that we talked about last week was the trenches being the big deal and the difference. And right away you see this defensive line of Frontier and a young Riley on that defensive end. causing some havoc.
Lots to talk about tonight, Kenny. A lot to talk about. A lot of storylines. Talk about that BHS Liberty game taking place. That's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
We got this one here tonight for a straight-out title league for Coach Bandy and his Titans. Tomorrow night, Kenny and I, back-to-back nights of VP and KC.
Man, like the good old days.
Can you handle it? Kopis looks, fires, and it's going to be intercepted. It is picked off. He's looking for some room to run. Can he get outside? A really, really speedy guy in Dante Calles. So Calles with the interception. Big one. The ball was deflected, and off he goes.
Well, this play, the underneath play of these linebackers has been phenomenal. They're getting hands on things. Kopis thought he had a clear strike on that skinny post.
Yep.
But that was just a great job by the underneath backers getting underneath it.
You're so right, Kenny. You're so right. He threw it so confidently.
That was a laser, too. That's why the first catch couldn't happen.
So Calles, spelled Caaaejas, Dante Calles, with the big pick, and we saw him last week, so speedy, so he was about to take off with it. And off we go with our first knee pad warning, Malcolm Watkins. So Malcolm Watkins gets the first knee pad warning. Kenny, we're not laughing at them. We're laughing kind of with them because we old guys want to protect our knees.
Oh, yeah.
1st and 10. Statler's had just a phenomenal season. Takes and looks and throws, and that one's almost intercepted. Taylon Ramirez had to turn around to get it, and offensive mastermind quarterback coach Tyler Ferguson having a quick chat with his star quarterback, Malachi Statler. What do you think of Statler, Kenny?
Statler is one of the most calm, cool, and collective high school quarterbacks I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them. I've known him for a couple years. We follow each other on Instagram after he was our player of the game a couple years ago.
Right.
But he's one of the most consistent quarterbacks I've ever seen.
Yeah, we've been calling his name for a long time. That's a good point you make. Nice strong run.
I mean, we gave him player of the game 2 years ago.
When he was a sophomore. And your point about how calm he looks in the pocket, last week, for everybody that watched this on that game last week on the Kern High Network, I mean, it was a pressure-packed night for every reason. It was Liberty's homecoming and senior night and the big hype for the big football game itself, the long streak of Liberty not losing a league game in, 7 years. There was a lot going on that night. Statler just dropped back like he was pitching it around at the park, playing Frisbee. 3rd and 3.
Great analysis.
They're going to go on the run, and guess who it is? A really, really fast Frontier Titan. I mean, really fast, and they had to grab his jersey to get him, and that's Bryson Tablet.
VP, Bryson Tablet, one of my favorite players in the Central section based on the fact that he's this speed guy, but he's made a living for this offense running in between the tackles and getting the hard yards all season. He's been the one guy that's probably been undervalued in this Frontier offense.
Well, I think we talked about it last week, you and I, Coach Cornford. Player of the game, Kern High Network player of the game was Kobe, no question. Kobe Watson, but I can tell you, Tablet had a lot of people talking. Statler got a lot of Golden Hawks after him. Look out. He can deliver a punch himself, but he took a big hit there by Jaden Hernandez and Jace Gorospi. That was a big hit. Also in there was Chase Bernard.
Yeah, and that's a situation where you want to teach him how to just throw that away because he actually lost the yardage, and he's a guy that you don't want getting hurt, even though you got a young Campbell chomping at the bit behind him that I heard is fully capable.
Well, no question. And then his cousin, Karsten Campbell, the freshman center.
Big dog.
A quick pitch out to Watkins. Can Watkins get outside? How about this? A flag on the play. It looks like it's probably going to be a holding on the Titans, but still, the quick close out there by Roland Myers. Woo.
Oh, yeah, Roland Myers, sideline to sideline. He reminds you of the old school linebackers. He reminds me of a guy named Curtis Cornelson, who we used to have up on the hill for the Renegades.
Remember that cat?
He was a stud.
It is a holding.
And that's a situation where I think it, and I said this last week, and Coach Cornford scorned me. And what I meant by what I'm about to say is Frontier's offense is so passing dynamic that I don't think giving them a penalty that saves the down is really hurting them because they have so many ways to hurt you in the open field.
Understood. Completely.
That's what I meant, Coach Cornford.
Coach Scornford. 2nd and 22. Statler. Oh, ball pops out. Oh, I was going to say, I don't hear a whistle. Ooh, Jaden Hernandez almost going to the house. Big hit.
Huge hit. And you're surprised to see the receiver get up there.
Heredia took a hit.
That was an amazing sandwich. But just a great job by Statler not leading him out too far with 6:25 left to play, and we have a scoreless game. 3 timeouts for each team.
3rd and 22.
Or 3rd and 22 right now, I should say.
Big play. That's a great play. Causes the incomplete pass, and the Golden Hawks trying to get their crowd fired up. I mean, they are certainly in spoiler mode tonight. Be a big, big win for them.
Absolutely, and they still have something to play for. Shotgun double set for Statler.
Malachi looks, steps into his pocket, lets it fly a little wobbly. Oh, almost a touchdown by Brady Durkin. And Brady Durkin's going to watch the replay of that and say, I still should have had it. It was bobbling right around. We're talking about a premier athlete here in this community, the junior Brady Durkin. Bobbled, had some traffic down there.
Hey, but how about the Golden Hawks defense? They get the stop. It's been hard to stop this Frontier offense. They were rolling pretty good until they got that holding penalty and it backed them up. And I can hear Coach Cornford at the house saying, see, Casey.
Man, Rich getting a lot of love tonight on the couch.
We had to give Coach some love, man. He's one of the most brilliant minds, the Baylor linebacker.
Wobbly punt, not much. Look out. Golden Hawks got to get away from it, and it takes a really fun roll if you're a Titan down to the 12-yard line. So Golden Hawks defense holds. Just underway, everybody. 6:07 left in the first. I'm Vance Palm with Kenny Calvin, Julian Wilson, and it is a big, fun night at Frontier High School. Thursday night football. Tomorrow night, Kenny and I will be calling the Battle for the Sword, the Battle of the Sword. It is going to be North High School at South High School. So the Stars visiting the Spartans on the south side. Looking forward to that. I love that old school stadium. Always love going there.
And they've actually had that stadium revamped since I've been in there, so I'm excited to see what it's going to look like for the Spartans.
1st and 10, Copus. No, it's not Copus. It's Santiago. Jet Santiago. So the sophomore goes back behind center, well, in the shotgun, and he just gets ripped to the grass. So they got in there awfully quick. Frontier defense read it pretty quickly and realized if Jet's back there, he's going to try to turn on the Jets. Let's get him.
Amazing play in the backfield by Holly.
Five and a half remains here in the first. A gorgeous night, just a perfect night.
Oh, yeah, this is truly football weather, and Stan forgot his jacket. He pulled a more apart.
They try to get off of the goal line with a nice right, strong run on the right side. Just put it in the hands of the young Luke Camps. I think it was no correction. That's Corona.
Vasily Lozano. He's been their bulk of the low ball carrier all season.
Biggest question of the night, Kenny. Biggest question of the night. Here we are in the high 60s, temperature-wise, and Julian has a baseball cap. And I brought a beanie. Something's not right. Something's not right.
The universe has flipped upside down.
It is. 3rd and 12.
Trips open set.
Copus stands on the 5-yard line. Hard count. And he's going to get 5 the easy way, I think.
And this is a clear example of the Frontier defensive line not being focused and ready, because you come from a game like last week where you had such a high level of intensity and focus, and now you come in here and you've already jumped 2 out of 3 times.
They're chomping at the bit. They've got to be able to play smart and strong. Play strong and smart, you know. Play hard, play smart, keep it all together. You're right. Focus, focus, focus. Now it turns it into a 3rd and 7. If the Golden Hawks can pick this up and kind of keep going, be a big boost to their. Oh, how about this? They get it out to Santiago. Can he do it? He takes a big hit at the 22-yard line and gets the first down.
And I know everybody's holding their breath when Jax takes those hits because he's coming off that shoulder injury, and that's one of those situations where he was just slammed by 3 different defenders. But he's the kind of guy, he's so tough, he's going to go get it.
And Kenny, he knew where he had to be. He had got to get it to the 22-yard line, and he did.
He did that. I was like, oh, nephew, oh, watch the shoulder. Shout out to his dad, Hernan.
The freight train somewhere over there watching. 3.5 to go in the first.
Empty set, looking like we got a man covered.
Back to Jet Santiago in the shotgun. Younger brother of Jackson. Santiago looking for a gap, looking for something. Not a bad job right there. He stays up and gets to the 29-yard line. Good job.
I love the way Coach Starrett uses his weapons. You know, he has a multitude of people over there he can go to for different things, but he understands the value of a young Jet Santiago and the ability to make plays with his feet, giving him an opportunity. I like it. 2nd and 4. And shout out to the Centennial film crew. They always got the press box rocking up here. Salute, ladies.
Get loud.
Pistols doubles formation for the Golden Hawks.
2nd and 4. Santiago. Play action. And it is picked off. Oh, no. Out of the hands of Carson Eldridge, and it's going to be a touchdown. Pick 6. Can you believe it? 2nd interception of the night. Dante Calles. Oh. Just went through the fingertips of Eldridge and lands in Calles' hands. 2nd interception in the first quarter. This one for a touchdown.
And it's the 2nd tipped pass. We talked about the skill of the underneath outside backers and strong safeties in this defense getting in the flight of the ball. And when we say getting in the flight of the ball, you don't have to be there to make the play. You just need to be within the path of the ball to cause disruption. And that's an amazing job by the underneath linebacker.
And such a turn of momentum. Looked like Centennial was starting to get a little bit of traction, Kenny, and on the road and playing against possibly the sole league champion and the number 3 team in the Central section. And they were moving the ball, and it went right through the fingertips of a Golden Hawk. And here is a crazy hard kick wide right. And the kick no good. So there's a storyline for you.
Absolutely.
We'll stay here. It's first quarter action. 6-0 Frontier. A pick 6 from Dante Calles at the 2:26 mark, and that's his 2nd interception of the first quarter.
Defense showing out, and he's giving me goosebumps. You already know that because it's defensive play. But more than anything, it's giving me goosebumps because Frontier is showing you that we're not a one-trick pony. 2 years ago, I saw Malachi Stadler. I saw this offense, and I said Coach Ferguson has a pro-style offense. These guys are going to be special in a couple years. But now they're showing how they've put together, how things have developed overall. Tenacious D, how about that band? That's one of my favorite band movies.
There you go. As the band's playing, Frontier showing, to your point, Kenny, it's not just about the power offense, tenacious defense, and goes into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, because VP, we know that Malachi Stadler, he can throw the ball, and we have Ferguson with his pro-style offense. And you got these 6'5" receivers, and Bryson Tablet, Durkin. But look at the defensive line and these linebackers and Calles.
When I talked to Coach Bandy, the very first game of this season on the Kern High Network, it was out at North High School. First game of the season, Van Horn and I called it. It was the night before Hurricane Hillary. It was hot, but it was windy, and it was a crazy night. And I was talking to Coach Bandy before the game, and he just basically said, hey, look, I said, where do you have some opportunities for growth, some improvement areas? He goes, yeah, I just, we're got to shore up our D, but that was week 0, Kenny. Here we are now in the final week of league play, and talk about shoring up their D. It is big time.
Man,
Can the Golden Hawks? Well, that's a really nice run there against that D.
Amazing.
No problem there by Francisco Corona. Songbei Ginyu, the song.
And I'm just going to go ahead and say, VP, I think we may have a outdated roster for Centennial, so we'll work on getting an updated one.
Titan Tom gave me this before on the way up. He rolled in a couple. Here you go, big guy. That's from the PA announcer himself.
Okay, so it may
flick
be
out to the right side. Oh, what a great move after the catch. A nice move. Hey, look at this. First down, Centennial. Great job there by Hoban Hoagie.
Okay, so we may be okay on the roster, but like you said, VP, that was an amazing catch and move. And it's showing the dynamic athleticism of Centennial. They haven't been able to do a lot of things without some of those weapons. Now they got some of them back going into postseason play.
Hoban Hogue with the catch and run.
60-yard pickup on the play.
As an avid golfer, the Hogue family needs to realize that there's a PGA player last name Hoagie comes out sometimes. James Moon may be the hardest hitting dude on the planet. For his size, he lays the wood, but just a little too aggressive here. That's the 5th penalty on the Titans.
And we talked about the over-aggressiveness and lack of focus. Like, that's unacceptable to have that many mistakes like that in the first quarter.
Coach Bandy's going to be all over him.
I'd have him doing push-ups right now.
Low snap. Oh, they gathered up and give it to Eldridge. Eldridge with a beautiful move. Carson Eldridge.
Woo! Amazing move. Stuck the foot in the ground, got upfield, and scattered out about 16 yards after contact.
That's a nice part of their future right there. Well, he's in the present, no doubt, but Carson Eldridge also part of their future. Great athlete.
Watching Centennial a couple of weeks ago against Liberty, Eldridge was the busiest player as it was the first game without Santiago. So it's good to see him get that confidence built as we near the end of the first quarter.
6-0. We're going to stay here and back off the microphones and listen to the public address announcer, Tom Myers, a very, very special presentation. And we'll just lay off the mics.
Joining us this evening are representatives of Frontier High School, along with Athletic Director Mike Gibson, from Centennial High School, Athletic Director Tom Haskell, and Principal Ryan Coleman. As a result of fundraising efforts of both high schools, we are proud to present Honor Flight Kern County with a check for $3,623.95. Thank you to both schools for your support in this worthwhile cause. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate our annual Salute to Service game this week, we are reminded that the cost of freedom is not free. Our service members have given of themselves when called to serve their country, and some made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our great nation. At this time, we ask for a moment to reflect as we remember those who served and sacrificed in the defense of our freedom.
Well, that was special. Very, very nice. $3,000 check presented to the veterans, and now the band is going to play America the Beautiful. Dr. Douglas Kelly down there.
Best band in the business. downstairs.
It was the annual salute to service presentation. That's what the game is this week. Kenny, my dad was a United States Air Force fighter pilot, a major, sat in the cockpits and flew in and out and around combat, flew upside down one time to make sure that the heat of the plane wasn't seen down below in Vietnam. You have yourself very invested emotional moments with your family and the armed services.
Absolutely. This will be my first year without my dad coming up in a couple of weeks. He's a soldier that was buried with full honors. It's one of my most special moments, receiving a letter from the president with my dad's name on it. And my sons, I have one son finishing his tour of duty. He's in Georgia, and another finishing up as a National Guard Border Patrol agent, winding down his Army service.
What a fantastic tribute in between the first and second quarter, and we're going to get back to some football. And what a great tone to set for these young men, the Centennial Golden Hawks and the Frontier Titans. Second quarter, it's 6-0 Frontier, but here comes Centennial. They go right up the middle to Corona. Corona gets to about the 26-yard line.
Holly's been busy. But Centennial's looking very good on the offensive side of the football. Moving very consistently. They had that turnover earlier. Right now, they're looking to take advantage of some field position.
All right, 2nd and 6. Hogue is tucked back in tight. Everybody's in tight. Santiago, hard count, no flag. Almost got him, though. Jackson Santiago's a sideline warning. We see the entire Titan sidelines just back up 2 or 3 feet.
And if you're the Golden Hawks offense, you probably didn't want that stoppage right there because you had something you want.
Never know. You never know. They might have needed just 10 more seconds because look at this packed in tight set, Kenny.
Absolutely. For our viewers, shotgun double bunch set is what we would call this.
A double bunch?
Yep.
Sideline warning issued to the Titans.
You believe that, Julian?
Shotgun double bunch, and you get crossing routes, so you get corner routes.
Ball on the ground, turnover!
See what I mean about the stoppage of play?
You're right. That extra 10 seconds that I mentioned worked against them. That was big-time play from Frontier.
You got to be burning at the hide if you're Coach Threat.
3 TOs.
Come on, because that was the best momentum that Centennial has had, and all of a sudden you get a stoppage of play for a sideline warning, and now it discombobulates your offense. They go back to snap it, and they snap it in the dirt again. Oh, I'm glad I'm not coaching or reffing.
Okay, so how deep can this defense dig for the Golden Hawks? Statler wants to take advantage of it quickly. He wants to put it up. They give it to Tablet. Can't just assume he's going down.
You better not, because last week we saw him take it 96 yards to start the party.
You're so right. How about Carter Fahey, though, number 77, the big senior, Carter Fahey, and he is a force. He and Karsten Campbell going at it. 2 big guys right in the middle of the football field. Oh, wow. And he still doesn't go down. What a strong run by Andrew Forrester.
Oh, my God. You can tell that these guys are coached up to continue to power the feet, speed the feet through contact, because they're not going down with one guy. They're making one guy miss every time. 1st and 10. Titans. Sheesh, that was an amazing run. Got a rare I formation.
Inside Centennial territory now. They go right on the left hash here.
On the tackle, number 44, Julian Vaseri. Also on the stop, number 77, Carde Fahey.
Nice run by Tablet. But I got to tell you, Eric De La Garza is out there serving pancakes for dinner.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It is second and a long 5.
And they're staying in this I formation. They got them to jump.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they did.
So the whistle came first, then the flag. And they got him, so it'll go back to 2nd and 10. I believe it's 2nd down. The scoreboard has first, but
he's number 3 now. Okay, so we got an update. Bryson Tablet's jersey must have torn. I thought he gave it away, but he's now wearing number 3.
Okay, I wondered about that because the way number 3 was running looked just like Tablet. 2nd and 10, scoreboard's not correct. They go right back to Tablet. Tablet breaks 1 tackle, breaks a couple tackles, and a flag flies. And the tackle made by Santiago. I don't think Santiago got his face mask, but it was so close they called it.
I think he got him on the horse collar on the back as he's rolling forward. He may have even grabbed the back of the helmet.
And that's a big penalty at the end of a long run by Tablet.
But let's talk about Tablet's run. Let's go back and break that down. 1 shift move inside the tackles, gets outside the tackle, stiff arm,
breaks the tackle,
then breaks the tackle. That's 4 guys he made miss in a 6-yard gap. That's that 10-4 speed. Sheesh.
6-0. Touchdown. Pick 6 by Dante Calles, his 2nd interception of the first half, of the first quarter at the time. Now it's 1st and 10 Frontier. They're on the ground. They're looking to plow their way into the end zone. Strong run by Calles again.
And that's the thing that I like about this Frontier offense. We've talked about how they've become a balanced team. They're showing you how they become a balanced offense by going I formation, by going ace, by not just sitting in that shotgun that people are so used to.
That's a great point. Oh, he lowers the head and pulls his way into the end zone. Another touchdown for Dante Calles. This time he takes it on the handoff. Oof.
Oh, so they're saying a nice run by Moresi is what Tom Myers said. Our rosters are all over the place today, and that's awkward because we're on the last game.
Huh.
Nonetheless, we got a 12-0 game. And Frontier looking to go ahead and add this extra point. Thinking that they have faith in their defense, not wanting to go for 2, just continue to pile on the points. Kick is up.
And it's good. We will take a break. 13-0. We'll be back after this on the Kern High Network.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
All right, here we go. 13-0.
And if you're Centennial, you're definitely frustrated about the results on the scoreboard because you haven't played this bad to be down 13-0.
Just 3 turnovers. I like that. Another nice job by Eldridge up to the 39-yard line. So, again, to your point, haven't played bad, just 3 turnovers in, a short amount of time. One was a pick 6 to the house, and the other 2 were right when they were gaining traction and looking good. So, it's going to be a challenge, no question about it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a crazy way of looking at it because you would think that as well as you're playing, you wouldn't be down this much, but 3 turnovers in a flash can do it, especially when they turn into points immediately. Empty set for the Golden Hawks.
If you like it, say go big blue.
Jet Santiago
If you like it,
by himself, tosses out here to Corona. Corona just shoved out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. Nice hit out there by Malcolm Watkins and Landon Heredia.
And that was a great defensive call by Frontier as they were in that soft shell cover 2 where the corner's basically staying outside for that out-breaking route. 3-yard gain on that play, 2nd and 7. Empty set for the Golden Hawks.
Strong left side, top of your screen, everybody. Santiago looks to run it looked to run from the very beginning, kind of ducks down low and gets to about the 47-yard line. So it'll be a short 2 or 3 yards for a 3rd down. So Coach Bandy and his crew bringing in some big boys up front, some big dudes.
Yeah, and that last play was just a classic QB power as they pulled the right guard. 3rd and short.
Big 3rd down here for Centennial. They need to keep this ball moving. They go hard count. Nobody jumps. Nice job by the Frontier defense. Good composure there. Looks like they're going to come at Santiago. He could pick up the first if he needs it, and he will. Nice decision there. Gets the 1st down into Titan territory.
Yeah, nice mature decision by the young man. Not trying to force a throw, just take the yardage. You often see quarterbacks have that open space, and they want to prove that they're not a scrambler, and they throw the ball, and it's incomplete. Take the yards, move the chains.
.706 and counting.
You can see Frontier's more than comfortable staying in this 2-deep look to keep that. Oh, now they're dropping down, and now they're going to a single high robber look. So this is a man coverage look for our viewers. When you have a single high safety, that means everybody's locking up.
Santiago deep. Oh, and he brother to brother.
And it was definitely a good call by the official as we got a hold there. It's going to be pass interference. And as you see that safety drop down into the box, that's the matchup that you're looking for because you know you don't have a lot of time. They try to go after that fade, and that's the importance of taking shots.
Okay, 1st down Centennial.
Wow. So what's the delay here? They're walking backwards. So we thought it was going to be a clear pass interference penalty, and now we got a long conversation because I think what they're discussing is whether it's a hold or whether it's a pass interference. If it's a hold, it's a 5-yard penalty. If it's a pass interference, it's a 15-yard penalty.
6:36 left in this 1st half. And it's going to be against Frontier, of course. And looks like the big one, Kenny.
Yes, indeed.
The 15-yard penalty moves the Golden Hawks up to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10.
Okay, Golden Hawks trying to make something happen. I mean, look, it's 13-0, right?
What's crazy, though, VP, is that they've had some pretty dang good field position. They just haven't capitalized on it. Right here, you got a 1st and 10 from the 37. Couldn't ask for a better situation.
Okay, Jet Santiago looks for protection, coming from the backside, floats one out there, tosses it just well over Eldridge, but out of trouble.
And I love the coverage from this secondary. You know, I saw Coach Kenny Haslett prior to this contest, and, you know, we were able to give each other a nice hug. And, you know, DB fraternity is the tight one. But you can tell his guys love him because of how they play.
Of course. 2nd and 10. Adam Copas started at QB, but haven't seen him in a while. Santiago, balls on this near hash by us on the Frontier 34-yard line. They're trying to make something happen. They give it to Corona. Corona only gets a yard or two, and the Frontier crowd likes it. They like it.
Yeah, and VP, I think, you know, Copas has done a lot of good things all season. He's 66% on the year completion percentage. That's fantastic. However, when you're playing a defensive line like Frontier that can get after you, you got to put the guy that can scramble a little bit better just to try to extend plays.
So we say that. Now, Jet Santiago looks like he's running the offense for a bit here and taking a long time to get this play off. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a timeout called here, and we do. We'll take it with them. 5:47 remaining here in the half. Good football game here on a Thursday night. Back right after this on the Kern High Network.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
.47 remains here in this first half. I'm Vance Palm. I'm joined by Kenny Calvin, Julian Wilson. Coach Cornford's listening in. I know that. He's getting on me. He's busting my chops. Hey, I planned my whole evening around the live stream. What are you late for, Palm? Nice look down here. Might have a man open. And could be a flag. No, I think they just got tripped up over there.
Well, it looked like it may have got tipped a bit, or just the pressure made him kind of back shoulder that a bit.
Oh, on the release?
Yeah, on the release.
He was throwing to his brother. How much fun is that?
Man, got to be some chemistry there. But right now, you got 4th and 9. And again, VP, we talked about them not taking advantage of this amazing field position.
Well, and they're not going to punt. So now you're thinking first down only here. That's for sure. You got to move the chains.
Yeah, you would have liked to get some of those yards on a previous play.
Hard count, nobody jumps. Jet Santiago, the sophomore for the Golden Hawks.
This is a man coverage look for the defense.
They rush 5, and he just overthrows it, intercepted again. It's picked off, and who else? Who else but last week's player of the game, Kobe Watson.
Brother Watson. Brother Watson has been playing a fantastic brand of football. He's probably going to be sought after at the collegiate level defensively because of the way he can play. But I'm just going to tell you guys, last week I saw him returning the punt, and his stride reminded me so much of Larry Parker that this kid can be dangerous in the open field as a receiver as well. So I'm excited for him. But he's continuing to make a name for himself. Tough outing for the Golden Hawks.
4th turnover here at 5:32 left in the first half. Tablet looking to get outside. And a nice open field tackle, really good open field tackle. Laundry on the grass, though. There is a flag.
Flag or not, it's just something about his explosiveness when he gets the football, he changes gears like no other. I'm trying to find backs to compare him to, and I'm having a horrible time.
Who, Tablet?
Yeah. I mean, it's not a lot of guys that run like him that are as fast, that run as tough in traffic that I've seen. I'm trying to find a
You mean
comparison.
here locally?
I'm talking about forever.
Let's go.
My man.
Oh, let's go.
I mean, it's kind of like LaDainian Tomlinson a little bit,
Let's go.
but you can also, I don't know, man, Priest Holmes, because those guys were powerful and fast.
First and 17.
Oh,
Statler, stiff arm, but a great job of hanging in there. I mean, he administered the stiff arm, but I got to tell you, Denver Peebles hung in there and made a nice tackle. It's
Man.
one thing to get stiff armed and thrown down and don't make a tackle. It's another to get stiff armed and actually make the tackle. Nice job by Peebles.
Absolutely. I mean, because that's one of the things we want to teach from a defensive perspective. Tackle and grab cloth. He may run over you, but at least you're going on for the ride. And as long as he ends up down, you did your job.
I got a couple running backs I might compare him to.
Lay him on me.
Tablet, 2nd and 9. Bunched in there. Nobody's really out way wide on all of this. Coach Bandy and Coach Ferguson not going that deep into the briefcase yet. Look out! How about Tablet? Thrown down. What a nice play again by Denver Peebles. 2 nice plays in a row.
You know, you got to love how the Golden Hawk defense is continuing to try to fight. They've done pretty well to keep this team to 13
Right.
points in this first half.
With 4 turnovers.
Right. Offense owes them some lunch next week.
Tomorrow. By the way, I do want to mention to our listening audience tonight, I got here early, climbed up here, said hi to Julian, got in, got down the stairs, walked out. Kenny Calvin was right in front of me, 1 foot away with like 7 tacos. Nice, fresh tacos from the concession stands. Heat, steam coming off him. And he let me walk by. Nothing. I'm glad there's a timeout. I'm glad there's a penalty. Let me just tell you, Kern County.
Hey, I didn't even know you guys were up there.
Hey, Kern County, hold on. This young cat, I love him. Like a little brother to me. He got given to me to mold and shape and mentor in the broadcasting booth. We've been together a long, long time now. I walk out the side door. Julian, the plate was like a huge Hodel's plate. Tacos everywhere. You thought he might have just said, hey, here you go, VP, take one. He let me walk by, smell it, look at it, and then it was like, yeah, get on down the stairs, man. I'm like, okay. Statler out here to the near side, got deflected the line of scrimmage. There's a lot going on out there. Hey now.
No flag on that? That is insane.
Well, Austin Davis is not an easy guy to throw down. That is not an easy task to throw down big 77.
Oh, and there's the late flag.
And that's going to be definitely some chatting going on right there because all of the roughhousing was over. And that was on 4th down, Kenny.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden it goes from 4th and forever to 4th and 7.
And as they march off the yards, you know, we see they're still going to punt, but what that does is it flips the field position. Oh, and they go with the fake.
Yep. And they might get it, they might not. No, good job by Centennial.
Centennial.
Really good job out there. Chase Bernard hung in there and really did a good job as well as Jace Garospi. So hats off to that Centennial coaching staff. Boy, they really came up big right there and said, guys, are you kidding me? The Frontier Titans in the middle of the football field? The odds on them punting are not high.
Yeah, that was great defense because that was actually a well-designed fake. You had the fake sweep and then the reverse out to the left. They were prepared for that. First and 10, Golden Hawks. And, hey, again, we talked about the defense continuing to step up. Offense has to try to find a way to get something going. 2:53 to play in the half.
All right, they start this drive inside Frontier territory. So can they get it rolling? It's Adam Kopus back in the shotgun. Takes his snap. Kenny talked about his 66% average. And he's going to look for a little bit of downfield blocking. Big hit. That looked like really close helmet to helmet. Woo! Man, oh man. Landon Heredio, that was a big hit. You could see it coming too because Kopus really wasn't sprinting. Like he wasn't making a beeline for that sideline. He was kind of cruising, looking for it. And
so we have an official's timeout here.
And the white hat went over to talk to Coach Bandy and asked Coach Bandy to say something to the press box. Huh. Oh, I think that it's the down. The downs have been broken for a while on this, Kenny.
Oh, yeah, we've noticed it from up here. The down and distance on the scoreboard isn't working.
And the yard line. Okay, well, thank goodness we've been doing this 100 years. 2nd and 4.
Trips open set for Kopus.
Ball's at the Frontier 36-yard line. Hard count, almost got the nose tackle to do it. 2:40 remaining. And it's going to be a timeout. And that's going to be taken by Coach Richard Sterrett. Will stay here. Kenny, last week we watched the Frontier Titans do something pretty amazing. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about the Liberty Patriots and what it means to have achieved what they've achieved. Because that night, you, myself, Coach Cornford, everybody was caught up in the euphoria, rightfully so. Post-game interviews, there was a lot going on there to celebrate that Frontier win. And we'll get to that in a second. We've got a night to unfold that. But as the week's gone on and I've looked at the social platform and I've read a few articles and talked to some cronies of mine, you have to go back and give Coach Nixon and his staff and that football program the most unbelievable kudos for what they've achieved over all this stretch of time. It was going to happen sooner or later. It happened on a big night, but I can tell you this. I have nothing but the utmost respect for Coach Nixon and his staff, and I can assure you, I don't know what the score is at BHS, but I can assure you they're going to be a hungry team in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
2nd and 3. The scoreboard's back up. That looks nice. Santiago with the catch. Oh! Wow! The over-the-shoulder one-handed grab. That was as Willie Mays-ish as you could make it, and that was phenomenal. And look at that Centennial crowd. They needed that. Just what the doctor ordered. Oh, man, I hope you saw that, everybody. That was big time. 1st and goal now from the 9-yard line.
Trips open set. Pistol formation for Kopus. Man coverage for Frontier.
Corona in the backfield. He tossed it over to Corona. Corona makes one move, gets him out to the 8-yard line, maybe a gain of 1. Woo, what a catch.
Oh, perfectly thrown ball because he had to get it to that perfect point of the sideline over the corner and to the outside of the receiver. But that was an amazing individual catch by the future Boston College Eagle.
And that's a catch that you make like in your backyard when you're a kid with a Nerf ball. That was a real deal catch right there.
Oh.
Eldridge in motion. Play action. He's got a ton of room. Oh, he's got a ton of room. Oh, goodness, I thought he would run it in. He had all the real estate in the world, Adam Kopus, and I thought I was going to be calling a touchdown run. Floated it out there to Hogue. And just over his head, just a little bit. Ooh.
Yeah, and like we said, VP, it's one of those situations where you want to reward your tight end or your receiver for being open. You had 7 yards in front of you.
And what a score that would have been. Clock stops. 1:16. And watch this catch right here, everybody. Oh, that's beautiful. Dr. Julian Wilson, thank you, buddy.
Beautiful.
That's what we're looking for right there. That was huge. Okay.
All right, Golden Hawks, check with me.
2nd and goal from the 5. Eldridge right in motion. They give it to Corona. Can Corona bound it in? Can Corona? He does! Touchdown, Centennial! What a run by Francisco Corona.
Amazing run. He was ready to run all the way to Rosedale Middle School
And
ran over the referee.
Bob Williams took a tumble, and he handed him his hat. Here you go, ref. That was a big, big, big score for Centennial.
Oh, it was all because of the amazing pass and catch from Copus to Santiago. Sometimes as the dual quarterback situation.
Sure.
As the quarterback that goes to the sideline, it gives you opportunity to focus.
And here is a big boot, and it's good. So with 1:11 left, Centennial camera crew fired up. Are you ladies getting some footage in between all your social networking? Right, sure, good one. Wait, it's no different than Kenny and I. Don't worry, no different than us, right? 13-7. Got a football game here, everybody. Got a nice football game.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a lot of people that probably expected Frontier to come in here and just roll over the Golden Hawks, but the Centennial defense did their part in keeping everything tight as the offense sputtered through those turnovers.
Centennial coaching staff, head coach Richie Starrett, Sean Alexander, Andrew Coyle, Chad Brown, Ken Gavin, Kim Arneson, Brendan Hacker, Eamon Sullivan, Mark Hernandez, and Gage Viss. And then how about having one of the all-time great Frontier Titans as your athletic trainer, Triton Douglas. Ooh. There's a long boot. Athletic Director Tom Haskell, Principal Ryan Coleman. Now I'd like to thank Frontier High School for hosting us tonight. Special thank you to Stan Green. I was down there talking to Stan. You're right. He did forget his jacket tonight. And all of the Kern High School District Superintendents and our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union, we certainly appreciate you allowing us to put on events like this for the community. Principal at Frontier, Vicki Thompson. The Assistant Principal of Instruction, Jennifer Maddern. The Assistant Principal of Administration, Corey Raub. The Dean is Deanne Murphy. The Athletics Director, our good friend and a busy workhorse, Mike Gibson. And the Activities Director, Lynette Cornford. Okay. So, Coach Bandy and his coaching staff trying to put something together here in 1:11.
Got to be careful, though, because you don't want to turn it over on this end. You're only up 6.
Malachi Statler stands with his heels on the 15-yard line. Drops back, throws out to the far side, and it is incomplete. Clock never started. Hey, wait a second. It's 1:11 still.
Home cooking.
Wow. And look at Centennial coaches are pointing at the scoreboard like, hey, I know a couple seconds went off. It is still 1:11 on the scoreboard. 2nd and 10. Statler drops back, throws it out here. Ooh, and it is caught by Watson, and Kobe stays in bounds. And I don't know if Coach Bandy will stop the clock or just kind of let the flow play itself out. Oh, Watson banged up, Kenny.
Oh, I mean, and we talked about the importance of
and it must have been a big hit between Jay Skorosky, sorry, Kenny, and Kobe Watson, because they're both shook up. They're both down.
Well, we talked about the weather changing and Stan forgetting his jacket. One of the things we used to hate as players is getting those fingers intertwined in helmets and, and just the contact. It looked like a hand-to-hand injury.
Oh, he just said, hey.
I'm not sure what's going on there as they picked him up and dropped him 3 times. I've never seen that technique.
Okay. He might have had He might have had a stinger.
Okay.
I think he had a stinger and just couldn't.
All right, well, we got backup from the Frontier film crew because I never saw that one.
Oh, I'm from Harvard. I have. Get up. Yeah, he took a shot. Well, he and Kobe both got banged up, and Watson, you don't want to see him hurt ever, but certainly not his hands. Oof. So, after all of that.
All right, looks like he's back.
Clock starts, 50 seconds and counting. 1st and 10, Statler looks to his left, flushed out of the pocket. Now he's got a ton of room to the right, but he gets gobbled up and thrown down. What a big
Ball
play.
is out.
The ball is out. Fumble! Touchdown, Centennial! Connor Workington. Oh, my goodness.
I told you. I hate to sound like a broken record, but the importance of making sure you don't make a mistake on this end of the field when you're only up 6 points trying to be greedy. You do that, Malachi trying to escape, and the ball is stripped out of his hands and taken to the promised land. Touchdown, Golden Hawks.
I had thought that maybe after the bang-bang double injury there, might have just said, you know what, let's get on out of here, but never did they think a fumble, scoop, and score. And how about Connor Workington? Couldn't happen to a more deserved young man. Here is the fumble. Look out. It's botched. We've seen it all. They toss it out there, and that was ticked off. So we're tied at 13. Tied at 13. So the Frontier crowd, they don't want to hear moral victory right now, but at least they don't want to hear they're down one going into half.
Wow. I mean, hey, and they get the ball back again. So, we talk about the importance of making good decisions under a minute in your own territory. Every week we talk about it. I hope my buddy RC is listening, because every week we see a team try to get greedy on their own end, and it comes back to haunt them, and you give the other team points. You have to make sure that you tell your guys, if it's not fair, tuck it and eat the ball. We have the lead. We can go into the halftime with the lead. You don't see Malachi make many mistakes, but that was one.
And that's gone. So now with 35 seconds, do you say, okay, we don't want the half to end that way. We're going to try for something here. Or do you go down and say, all right, it is what it is. We're tied up. But if you're the Golden Hawks, Kenny, you just tied this football game up in 2 minutes.
Right. I mean, it shows the passion from the defense. I talked about how well this defense played all first half. They've pretty much put themselves in a position to win this football game.
Here it is. How about this? Here's a look at it. Statler rolls right. The ball gets popped open, and Workington's right
bounce.
there. It just bounced. It took a football bounce right up into his hands. And now they're going to give it to Tablet, see if he can do some damage. And Tablet caught it about the 30-yard line. And
clock will stop at the timeout.
Whistles are blowing everywhere. So I think if you're either coach, you got to really, now you got to really think about the fact that, hey, maybe it's not a full moon yet. It's a close one. Maybe the universe is telling us to take a knee.
Yep. But how dynamic this offense is. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a play where they fake the knee and throw the fake.
Well, Watson's out there.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't put anything past this offense, man. But as deep as these safeties are, you better not try it.
You saw they handed the ball off the Tablet, and there was four DBs waiting for him. Oh, goodness. You can't even get to the locker room, guys.
And they're going to take the knee.
Oh,
BP.
they did take it. Okay, good. I thought it was a flag again. So they took the knee, and they said, we're out of here. 13-13.
Whoa.
And there are going to be two very different vibes in the locker rooms. The Golden Hawks come back in the last 2 minutes and tie it up. And Frontier right now smarting over some mistakes late in the first half. Hope you're enjoying all of this on the Kern High Network. We'll be back with the third quarter in just a few moments.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities. We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2.
The Marching Titans are led on the field by drum major extraordinaire and evil prefect, Braden Cloud. Braden Cloud, is your band ready? And now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the sights and sounds of music in motion with the Frontier High School Marching Titans.
I was born a warrior, but when I was stripped of everything, including my only true love, by an evil prefect, and forced to fight in the arena for her return, I became a gladiator. Some fight for glory and pain. I fight for love and honor. So I'll fight until I'm the last gladiator.
sponsors. Principal, Miss Vicki Thompson. Tina Marie's Downtown Cafe. Salty's Barbecue. Jake's Tex-Mex. Costco. Valley Strong Credit Union. The Wonderful Company. Shafter Pediatrics. The Inspection Pros. The Associated Student Body of Frontier High School. And the Frontier Blue Crew Band Boosters. And thank you, as always, for being such a gracious audience. This is Douglas Kelly speaking as the official voice of the Frontier High School Marching Titans. With the cost of sending a particular honor flight chaperone and his veteran father to Washington, D.C. We are proud to announce that we raised $4,300.25 for chaperoning to make the honor flight trip with his brother and father. Congratulations, Chad. And we wish you the best time honoring your father and his service to our country.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm, Kenny Calvin, Julian Wilson. Wow, what a fantastic, phenomenal, rousing performance by the Frontier Marching Band and Color Guard. That was just big time. No wonder they're winning all the competitions. And Dr. Douglas Kelly, and you know that's just a great sound. It looked great. Congratulations, and the crowd loved it. And if the football team, Kenny Calvin, got pumped up, the better for it. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, I think it's a situation where, you know, everybody knew how hyped Frontier was last week. That hype is hard to keep that energy level throughout the next week. They came out a little flat, wasn't able to execute. But I can't take any credit away from the defense of Centennial.
Captain Minute.
Phenomenal game by keeping them in it, scoring on defense, you know, and just getting some tough play out of their defense. And they're the last group that we talked about tonight. We talked about Santiago. We talked about Copus. We talked about Frontier being in a position to win their first league championship. But we didn't say anything about Centennial's defense, and they've been the showstopper tonight.
You're right. So I'm going to, you know, I don't always do this. I try not to, but I'm going to do it now. I want you to be both coaches. What did you tell your Frontier Titans, Coach Bandy?
Look at yourselves. Look at yourselves in the mirror. You think you've done something already. You think because you won a league game that you're a champion already. You don't have any rings or hardware. You just beat the defending champions in a regular season game, and you came out here like you already have the championship.
Okay, that I love, and does he also take somewhat of a pragmatic approach, like, guys, we know what we should be doing. I love that, what you're saying, but does he also kind of tie it up at the end with, we know what to do. Let's just go take care of business.
Absolutely. We go back out at 0-0 now. Let's go out and win the second half. That's the message, but you're definitely letting them know how disappointed you are because you didn't execute as well as you're used to. Okay,
Coach Derritt with his Golden Hawks, a team that started off like gangbusters this year. And there were a couple people saying, all right, let's see what they're all about. I mean, it's a really, really good football team over there, but they had some injuries. They were banged up. Now they're tied at 13. What'd you say to them, Coach Derritt?
The first thing I'm telling my team is you see what I told you you can be capable of if you just go out here and work hard. Mm-hmm. You see how well we can play. Yeah, we got our weapon back in Jackson Santiago, but we got a whole lot of other players that are capable of doing some great things. Who else wants to be great?
That's a great point, Kenny. I like it. Great job, coaches. Julian Wilson dialing in our instant replay. That I'm already getting text. Already, J-Dub. They're like, whoa.
You know, and this is a half where, you know, Frontier, you're getting the ball on offense. You haven't been as crispy as you've been all season offensively tonight. Let's see if you can come out and get a established drive to get some order to this chaos. And I would also be wary of a onside kick right here by Centennial.
Interesting. So Maverick Moore, the sophomore, he's taking a run at it, isn't he? Man, he's 15 yards behind the football. Let's see what he does. Nah, he's hammering this thing. Does it go deep? It does. Oh, they let him take it at the 1-inch line. Wow. So Songbe Ginyu takes it to the 30-yard line The first play of the season out at North High School on the Kern High Network this year, the very first play, he took it 94 yards to the house. And we didn't know how to pronounce his last name, didn't know how to pronounce his first name. And finally somebody told us it was Song, so we went with Song for a long time, but it is Songbae Ginyu and
2-3 game.
Okay, here we go. Two backs in the backfield. They start off with Tablet, but Tablet's met hard at the 35-yard line. So, yes, a good 5-yard run, but, wow, a nice hit out there by Roland Myers. Boy, Roland Myers is – and I've got to tell the Kern County audience and you old Arvin Bears out there listening, you know why I get hyped when I call Roland Myers, one of our old high school coaches out at Arvin way back in the 70s and 80s. So when I say Roland Myers, it brings back some nostalgia. Tablet trying to get loose, cannot, and he gets roughed up at the end of the play. A tough 2 yards by Tablet.
Yeah, and Tablet's capable. And I think the mentality for Coach Bandy is let's establish the run and possibly use some play action.
No question, Kenny. No question. That's why that part of my, after you gave that great thought process of what Coach Bandy was telling them at the very end, that's why I threw that in there. Do you think there's also a little bit of pragmatism, like, okay, guys, come on, I'm fired up at you, but still, we know what to do. And now Malachi Statler behind center, I formation, Kenneth.
Yeah, very rare. But this is a mentality.
Nothing doing. Whoa. They went with an I formation, and Centennial said, thank you very much. Wow. They will say that he got to the line of scrimmage, but I don't think that.
This is a very interesting sequence.
I don't think he even got to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he did lose a half a yard.
They ain't even thinking about it, VP.
I formation again, maybe a hard count. We'll see. Statler muscles his way over for maybe a first down. Did they move the chains automatically?
Wow. Talk about guts. Yeah.
They gave it to him. So just a really smart call. Get right behind the center. You know, I'm sure they put that in there, just kind of a two-pack, you know, go.
I mean, but look at that situation, VP. How often do you see a team go for it that quickly on their 45-yard line?
So now he's got a back on each hip. Watson, bottom of your screen. In motion goes Heredia. Tablet looking to get to the outside. Golden Hawks are waiting for him. So, you know, the coaching staff for the Centennial Golden Hawks under Coach Starrett, you know, they went into that locker room and said, hey, look, don't let Tablet get to the outside. Let's make that part of our plan here. Keep him from getting to the outside, force him up the middle, and we'll let our linebackers take care of it.
Yeah, but you see the value of just handing it to him. That's a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I know. I knew you were countering with that.
I mean, it's just amazing offense. Trips open set, trips bunch open. Motion to doubles.
And another nice strong run there, this time by Dante Calles. Calles had the first quarter of a lifetime. 2 interceptions, and the second one was a pick six to the house. Compliments of a deflected pass right into his arms.
It's nearly impossible to get 2 interceptions a game. I had a few games where I got 2. One was West LA or high school. But I also have the record for having 3 in a game.
Bootleg to his weak side. Nice hit at the end. Good 8-yard pitch and catch out there to Taylor Ramirez. 3 in a game for BC or BHS?
BHS, my most picks in the game in college was 2 in a game versus West LA, but I also had a block punt, block field goal, and a forced fumble for a touchdown.
In the same game?
In the same game, 5 turnovers.
Should have put a house down there.
Oh, they pay for my scholarship off that game.
Second and 1. Tablet wrapped up at about the 34-yard line. Good enough for a first down. So, as you mentioned, Coach Bandy and his offensive coaches have said, let's reestablish who we are on our field on senior night to start off this third quarter. Let's keep this defense of theirs out there on the field for a while, and then we'll strike when we can.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, and VP, the 3-interception game was against West High. Quarterback was Kyle Ursery, and I saw him last week on the sideline for the Liberty Patriots.
Synergy everywhere. Brady Durkin comes back and whispers something to Statler, so a lot going on before this snap. Statler, heels are at the 40-yard line, inside Centennial territory. Will this be where they strike? They get it out to the right side, and it is a nice pitch and catch out there to Brady Durkin, but he's wrapped up and brought down, so it's 2nd and 5 quite a bit.
Yeah, they're averaging 5 yards a play pretty much since the half, but it all started by just getting back to the basics and not trying to be too extravagant with the offense. Hand the ball off, 5 yards in a cloud of dust, putting them in position to keep moving the chains. Because one thing they've seen is that Centennial's defense has done a great job getting after Malachi, too. You don't want to keep putting them at risk.
So this is no gimme of a outright league championship game for the Frontier Titans, but Coach Bandy knew that. Everybody knew coming in there tonight.
Oh, yeah, especially the Golden Hawks. They wanted to come in here and spoil.
They gave him 4 on that, so it's 2nd and 6. Statler looks, throws, and he's got a man wide open, caught at the 19-yard line. It's a beautiful strike to Talon Ramirez. Great route.
Yeah, great route. Just great offense. You know, the reason why you can throw that is because everybody is coming up because Tablet's been running the ball so well, and those linebackers are coming in. Now you can throw it right over their heads. 1st and goal, Titans.
Heredia is the one back, and they might go right behind Karsten Campbell, and they do. Touchdown.
Oh, late flag.
Frontier. Illegal shift. Coach Bandy doesn't like the call. He gave him the phooey sign.
Yeah, because it looked like the white hat was saying that the quarterback was moving forward. And that, I don't know, it's kind of tough right there.
So they've got the big freshman up there, Karsten Campbell, who we continue to hear about a freshman being named to the all-area team. That would be him. We'll see. But
he got my vote.
Statler decided to go right behind him. But maybe just kind of rushed his choreography just a hair.
Yeah, I mean, and when you go Wildcat, you're not used to being back there.
Statler looks, throws. That's going to be incomplete.
And that was a good decision.
Intended for Malcolm Watkins, but a real flat plane out there. And Kobe Watson has really been quiet tonight, Kenny. He's over here on the sidelines, about the 30-yard line, but not a lot out of our Kern High Network player of the game last week.
Yeah, and that's the thing about young players. It's hard to get them to have that energy consistently week after week. They haven't built that grown man strength yet.
2nd and 10. Statler, quick drop, throws it in the corner. Look out! And a great job out there, and no flags anywhere, but how about that? Jared Vassois.
And I had a chance to chop it up with our cameraman Floyd from the Frontier team, and he let us know that we got a couple of players banged up on Frontier's offense. It's one of the reasons why we haven't seen a lot of that explosive passing game.
What's a great play by Vasari. I liked Vassois better, but I heard Tom say Vasari, Jared Vasari. And here's a big 3rd and 10 here. You'd think it'll be 2-down territory just knowing Coach Bandy, but Statler drops back, looks, has a little time, flushed out of the pocket, not going to run, throws it, and it is broken up. Another great breakup out there by Jared Vasari.
Absolutely, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and kick it.
Ooh.
You know, and one of the things we've already seen him miss PAT, so this isn't a gimme.
Well, and last week, both kicking games for Frontier and Liberty had some challenges, so Here is Ryder Crane Finch.
Right, we didn't get a chance to talk about that how we wanted to earlier. They both struggled last week. Both teams missed a lot of kicks.
The holder is Talon Ramirez, and here is the 28-yarder, 27 yards.
The lefty.
It's up, and that is a beauty.
Nice.
What a great kick by Ryder Crane Finch, and I think more than anything, Frontier is just stoked that they didn't come away with nothing.
Yeah, and I think, I always talk about how important it is to get your kickers some live game action in games that mean something, because you're not going to be able to win in the playoffs if you can't make field goals. So it's good to see them actually give him an opportunity to kick. 16-13, we got a nice game on our hands. Frontier defense coming out to defend the South.
I'll take your cue. Top 10 Central Section ranking. Number 10, Hanford. Number 9, Central Valley Christian, which is in Visalia. Number 8, Clovis West. Number 7, Clovis. Number 6, Sanger. Number 5, Central. Number 4, Liberty. Number 3, Frontier. Number 2, Clovis East. And the number 1 seed in the Central, Clovis North. So how about this?
Wow.
North, East, West, and Clovis proper all in the playoffs in the top 10. This is taken at the 10-yard line, and it's going to be Eldridge again. Eldridge, so dangerous. This time brought down at the 25-yard line, and Carson Eldridge kind of has where he'll delay and kind of stutter just a little bit, look for an opportunity, then boom, he's gone. This time they got him.
Yeah, and that was great discipline by the kickoff coverage team, because we talk about the importance of kickoff coverage is staying in your lane. You have a lane that you're running down, and you can't get out of that lane until you reach a certain yardage point to where you're in front of the back. So it's a great job by that kickoff coverage team staying in their lanes and staying disciplined.
Kenny, 7 minutes. Frontier took off the clock.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do when the offense is dicing you.
So 1st and 10, what can the Golden Hawks do here? Oh, big hit up front right at the line of scrimmage, and man, that was a pop.
On the stop, number 88, Brian Holly.
Holly is balling out tonight.
Roy Vaughn. Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, I got to tell you though, James Moon was in on that too. I know that Titan Tom had mentioned that Brian Holly was on the hit, but James Moon also big hit in there.
This is a huge drive opportunity for Centennial. Trips open set.
2nd and 9. Pressure up front. Throw down the far side, and it's a beauty. What a fantastic pass. And that was an absolute dart, and it's not going to be dropped if it's in the area of Jackson Santiago. Big time.
He's a true superstar. You can tell how much better he makes your team as soon as he's back in his jersey. And I didn't get to see the Garces Centennial matchup last week, so I don't know if he came back last week or not, but this is my first time seeing him back in.
Ooh.
And he's immediately making an impact.
Whoa, what a quick strike. A quick strike right on the money. What a great pass by Adam Copas.
Oh, yeah. And when they like these tight splits, they've often ran the ball, and they go right back to it.
They go an inside handoff to Hogue. So a flag is thrown pretty much at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a hold on the offense, and the Frontier crowd below me here clapping their hands saying, thank goodness.
Yeah, because that's the first mistake in a while for this Centennial offense. They've turned it on pretty well since the midway through the second quarter. But that penalty right there could be a drive killer as you end up now in a 1st and 20 position. Trips open set.
First down marker at the Frontier 35-yard line. Looks like a screenplay. It's a sideways pass, and I'll tell you who read it and who was coming up was James Moon. James Moon saw it, developing, and he was making a beeline to take out Francisco Corona. And the old Patrick Mahomes sidearm pass this time, they sniffed it out, and he was just dead straight going on to Corona, but the ball was dropped, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 20.
Pistol doubles formation for Copus. Got that soft shell 2, cover 2 defense by Coach Haslip secondary, trying to keep some safety help for these corners and getting the jam on the receivers.
Eldridge in motion. Copus fires one across the middle. It's tipped. And again, Kenny, you talk about, and guess who it was again? Again, it's James Moon. And when you were talking about getting in those passing lanes, I was thinking about my college assistant coach at Cal State Bakersfield, the great Henry Clark, who ended up becoming the head coach. He was so big on deflections. He used to keep his own stats on deflections, and I loved it because I always thought that, it was such a big part of that basketball game was just getting your hand in the passing lanes. It just changes the entire complexion of how aggressive you can be. 3rd and 20.
Absolutely.
Copus, 3-man rush, has a little bit of time, steps up, Copus fires, and it's dropped. Would have been really tough to pick up a first down anyway. Eldridge had dropped it, but he was going to have a lot of work to do to get to the first down marker anyway. 4th and 20.
VP, going back to your point, love that mantra of getting your hand on something. That's what I used to tell my guys every snap. Get a hand on something. Because if you can at least touch the ball, we're disrupting things. I also used to remind guys that, hey, as a defense, once that center puts the ball on the ground, it's yours. It belongs to you. So you have just as much right to it than he does. So once he moves it, it's yours. Let's get it. Get a hand on it.
4th and 20. I love it, Kenny. Decent punt. Watson might take it. He does. He's looking for something. He could get outside.
And he's out of
Watson, he's dangerous. Look out. He's got a wall. We said we have big block downfield and a huge block. And whistles are blowing way back at the 23-yard line. And it looks like one of the Golden Hawks might be dinged up. And that looks like Tyler Kipp took a hit, and he's a little banged up right there.
Yeah, you need the smelling salt.
We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Well, that's great to see. Tyler Kipp, the junior, and a Frontier Titan disqualified after the hit.
I didn't see it to give a fair assessment, so I'm going to stay away from that. But I will tell you, the way he looked when he got up, it had to be some serious contact.
Well, and the ball was going to be midfield, right around the 50. And so now all of a sudden with this Centennial defense that's been playing some tough D all night, you know what they're thinking. Thank goodness we're not at midfield. We're at least we can kind of dig in here and make these guys really work for a first down deep in their own territory. So a costly penalty, and more importantly, we're just Great to hear that Kip is okay. Very important. 3 on the left side of the line of scrimmage. They put it on the ground. Nice job by the Golden Hawks. They're being a little bit more patient now, Kenny, on defense and waiting on that RPO, and they're not just jumping all over the place. They're keeping. Well, let's put it this way. That was only a 2 yard. Normally it's 2nd and 5. Now it's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, I can't say enough about how well Centennial's doing just trying to make a play defensively every snap. They're making them work hard in Frontier. Pretty soon, or sooner or later, I expect a shot down the field from Frontier.
Quickly, they get it out to the far side to Watson, and Watson's gobbled up super quickly. That long-time heralded, well-known linebacker regiment from the Golden Hawks. You talk about back in the early 2000s, that Golden Hawk team, that defense, Kenny.
Oh, yeah.
Oof. Fast linebackers.
Few special young men.
Remember Crosby, the quarterback,
Oh,
Brent Morrell, some tough dudes. 3rd and 7, big play here with 1:53 to go in the third quarter. Whistles blow. Timeout's going to be taken by Frontier. We'll stay here. I want to talk about the coaching staff for Frontier. The head coach is Chris Bandy, having a special season. Tyler Ferguson, Seto Castaneda, Brent Durkin, Kenny Haslip, Daniel who?
Calvin Kings.
Kenny Haslip, Luke Bushnell, Brian Riley, Grant Campbell, the general, Richard Van Horn, Isaiah Atuatasi, Sergio Barajas, and Jared Snyder. So 2 really deep coaching staffs on both sides of the football field. But Coach Bandy and his staff just called a timeout right now, and that'll leave them with 2 for the remainder of regulation. They're up 3, 16-13, but this is a very big 3rd and 7. The ball on their own 15-yard line.
And Centennial, they stayed in this 2 deep safety look a lot too, and that's one of the reasons why Frontier keeps staying committed to the run. But right now with 3rd and 7, you got to think that they're going to try to attack these matchups in the slot. We haven't heard Kobe Watson's name a lot. All it takes is one play.
Here we go. Statler throws out to the far. Oh, how about this? Just like that. Find the biggest, tallest receiver out there with great hands. He's going to be 1 yard past the first down marker. First down, Frontier.
I mean, we couldn't even get the sentence out our mouth, and that's exactly where they go. But that's why they pay us the big bucks.
126 and counting. Statler now connects right across the middle, and it's the same one that he did last time, Talon Ramirez. So Talon Ramirez, with that route, that's the route they had down here.
Yeah.
Earlier in the quarter. 60 seconds remain here in this third quarter. This is a score that they'll say at the other stadiums around the town tonight, and they'll hear at the end of the third quarter, 16-13. Ooh. Oh, big hit.
Nice.
Tampa took a hit by Connor Workington.
Workington's putting in work tonight.
Yeah, he is.
You know, but here we are again. 2nd and 7, and Frontier's out of the doghouse in the shadow of their own end zone. They have the unique ability to get themselves out of trouble with this offense.
You're so right. 1st and 10, 39-yard line. Quick pass out here, and Songbe Ginyu caught it on his knee. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. So what a nice game we've got happening here out at Frontier. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. Titans up by 3 only, but they've got the ball and they're marching down the field. We'll be back.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
We start the fourth quarter. They run out to the line of scrimmage, and they go right to Tablet on a 3rd and 2, and he's going to be short, it looks like. Oh, that wasn't Tablet. Sorry, everybody. I apologize. Oh, they got it. They got it. Boy, the line judge on the other side looked like he was... Well, and look at, and Coach Starrett is saying, well, wait a second. How could that be a first down if they mark it at the 45.5 and the first down markers at the 44?
Yeah, and they still haven't reset the chain, so we definitely got a situation.
They're going to measure it.
Get it together.
So from up here, you could easily see that the far official on that side was certainly not standing on or past the marker for a first down. I think it's going to be maybe just like a cupcake short.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Now. How about that? They got it. And I mean, they barely got it. First down Frontier. Oof.
They barely got it.
Remember that Raider game when they brought a credit card out?
I was there.
Oh, Dallas?
I was there. I was sitting on the 12-yard line, and I could see that it wasn't a first down.
Always our Raiders.
Same game, DC fumbled out the back of the end zone, too. Oh, don't even take me back there.
All right, make a wish, Kenny. 11-11 left here in the fourth quarter.
Oh.
Yep, good hit. And they drive him back. And again. Roland Myers.
Roland Myers is balling out tonight. We've seen that 7 all over the place.
He's a junior.
Big things.
Put him on the early watch list. And we'll have a Titan down.
And it looked like he's cramping.
You know what? A couple of weeks ago, Coach Cornford and I were calling the Arvin Foothill game, and it was chilly. It was cold. It was the coldest night so far we've had, colder than this evening. And a lot of the football guys, a lot of the players were going down with cramps. And he said, Vance, I got to tell you, what's one of the mistakes that young student athletes make, and coaches also make it, is when the weather starts getting chilly, your mind tells you you're cold, so you don't need water, but your body still needs the water, and so you see cramps late in the season like you do early in the season.
My mind playing tricks on me. Yeah, that's a perfect example of your mind playing tricks on you,
like
man.
It's
you
chilly,
got to
need
make
to drink.
sure.
Right. Oh,
yeah, and those are those good track. See, he's a track guy. I know he's experienced with these. They lock you up. Like, they're so strong and tight that you can't even flex or move.
Now he's pumping up his teammates, saying, let's go in the crowd.
Man, that's why I love that kid, man. I love Bryson Tablet, man. I told you, one of my favorite things about him is, yeah, he's a phenomenal football player, but my goddaughter is a cheerleader for the Golden Empire Titans team. And it's Saturday morning at 8 a.m., the day after they beat somebody by 3 touchdowns, and he's up at 8 a.m. cheering on the little guys.
He's over there struggling right now to get over to the trainer's table, but he's pumping them up. It reminds me of Christian McCaffrey a lot.
There you go. There you go.
I was holding on to it.
There you go.
Julian, I was holding on to it.
We were trying to find some comparisons.
Here we go. 2nd and 9. Behind center, Statler. He's under pressure, rolls to his right, takes a huge hit. And the Centennial defense, again, it's Workington, one of them, Sullivan, another one. Oh, Ronan Sullivan.
All right, little bro. I see you, Ronan.
And Jaden Hernandez. So there's some football names for you.
Hey, I got my nephew out there. It's my first time I even talked about young Ronan Sullivan wreaking havoc on the defensive end. I talked about the defense as a whole. But his dad, one of my favorite teammates in the world, and he's a true hero as a fireman here in the city of Bakersfield.
Give the name.
Eamon.
One of the assistant coaches.
The big man Sullivan.
He's one of those dudes that shakes hands with you. He feels like he's got a baseball mitt on.
Hey, actually, VP, his son Eamon is the assistant coach.
That's what I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
His older brother. 3rd and 15.
Yep.
Statler floats one. That's going nowhere. So not a good series for the Titans whatsoever. And Coach Sterrett wants intentional grounding. He said there was nobody even close to it. He's not going to get that call.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to get that call. It's just a mature play by an experienced quarterback throwing it into the area of his receiver that's covered. You know, but Coach Sterrett knows that he didn't have anyone. But, hey, how about this Centennial Golden Hawks defense? I said it. They were the last group that we talked about coming into the game, but they said, hey, Coach Cal, hold my soda. Watch this.
I don't think it'll be a fake this time. And the dangerous Roland Myers back there. They clear out, they get out of the way, and it goes backwards, and it's going to be down. So pretty good field position for the Golden Hawks at their own 38-yard line after another good, strong hold by this Golden Hawks defense.
Right. And now we have a situation where, hey, this Frontier defense has got a lot of credit in recent weeks. Let's see if they're up to the task of doing what they need to do and getting off the field.
Right, and Kenny, also you start gripping a little bit.
Yeah, you start getting a little tight.
Start gripping a little bit here. We'll see. 9:27 remains.
Especially when you got to cover number 9.
Great point. Kopis looks, fires, and it's going to be complete. They're going to say he caught it on his back. Francisco Corona catches the low ball, and it's a gain of 7.
Had that ball been on target, he'd still be running because the defense wasn't even set and lined up. Didn't even know who they were covering. They're still trying to figure it out. You guys better get lined up out here.
And look at here at the bottom of your screen, everybody. Right to that right bottom, that's Jackson Santiago, the all-everything student athlete.
Yeah, absolutely. Many people say he was the best player.
Oh, snap. He went down to get it, and they still made something work for it. How about this?
Wow.
Are you kidding me? Oh, first down, Golden Hawks at the 28-yard line. Coaching staff for Frontier is saying, hey, he caught it on his knee. He caught it on his knee. Maybe not.
They've had issues with that snap since first snap. I mean, but Adam Kopis did a fantastic job getting out of the dirt. Now they're going to have it 1st and 10. And as you talked about it, VP, it's getting tight down here as they enter Frontier territory.
And now it's Jet Santiago back there. 1st and 10, balls on the 29-yard line of Frontier. Hard count and a flag. So now you've got Coach Sterrett and his staff really piecing together some nice mind games, if you will, over there on the red and gold side.
Yeah, but I got to wonder about bringing a cold Jet Santiago in as well as Kopis has played to bring the team back. But I guess this is part of the offense and how they're going to go with it. Because if he comes out and make a mistake right now, they're going to be kicking himself.
They might want brother-to-brother touchdown. 1st and 5. In motion is Corona. He's had a great game. He stops and stands behind the quarterback. They give it to Corona. Corona tries to grind something out in between the tackles. Nothing happening there. You know, it's interesting, the cheerleaders and the pep squad and the cheer team and everybody down here trying to get the crowd into it, it has gotten very quiet over here.
Yeah, nervous time over here for Frontier. They haven't spent much time as the big dog, and they're learning what it feels like to have your back against the wall when you're the top dog.
And you think about it, they went on the road last week in a very hostile atmosphere, senior night and homecoming at Liberty, and answered the call with a ton of scoring tonight. It has been a quiet night here at Frontier. Santiago throws, and it is caught at the 19-yard line. It might be a first down. It's going to be close to Hope. They move the chains.
Oh, and it's getting tight.
Golden Hawks have all 3 timeouts, so really kind of have a full deck of cards right now with their game plan.
What's even more awkward about this contest is it's 16-13 with 6:33 left, and it seems like half of the home crowd is left after senior night. But, you know, I mean, you got to wonder if that has an effect on a player that turns around and looks at a crowd that was packed.
They give it to Corona again, and Corona, more positive yards again. This young man's had a very, very nice game tonight, Francisco Corona.
Yeah, I mean, Corona's done a fantastic job. You know, through the year, it was Lozano that was carrying the bulk of the balls for them. We heard his name once tonight. Corona's been the guy. 5:48 to play in this fourth quarter.
Long time getting this play in. Santiago and Eldridge over here on the left side. What a tandem those two have been. Way out on the right side, you've got Howard and Corona. A new formation here. They toss it and throw it, and it's dropped.
Incomplete.
An unbelievably rare drop by Santiago. Would have been a first down at the 4-yard line. He can't believe it. He looked at his hands.
Yeah, you see him look at his hands. I mean, it's one of those balls where it's thrown low, but for a guy like him that made the one-hand grab earlier, he's looking at both hands like, hey, what are you doing? But, hey, it is getting a little chilly out here, VP.
That's like Michael Jordan looking at his calf muscles. Like, hey, what happened? What happened?
This is a huge third down here because we haven't seen Centennial try to kick a field goal all night.
Their kicker's been up over on the sidelines. He has been up kicking.
And you got to think they would want to tie the game instead of trying to go for it.
So now Kopis, will they run it to the left and at least put him right in the middle of the football field?
They got double coverage on Santiago.
Kopis looks, Kopis trying to get a first down. Kopis, it'll be a field goal attempt from the right hash.
Wow, talk about bowing up on defense.
If they do indeed go for the kick, he's got 3 timeouts.
Here they come. It's getting crucial, ladies and gentlemen.
So they're coming in for the kick.
One of the things Coach Cornford talked about last week is the awkwardness for high school kickers kicking off the right hash.
That's why I thought they may make it, they may run more towards the middle. So here's the big kick by Maverick Moore. The 29-yarder, they get it down, they get it up, they get it through. We're tied at 16.
Huge kick.
Nice job by Jet Santiago to grab that ball and put it down. And through the uprights it goes. Maverick Moore, the sophomore. So how do you like that? 2 sophomores with that exchange. Jet Santiago with his sophomore hands. Maverick Moore with his sophomore leg. And we're tied at 16. 4:39 remaining in regulation. What a football game. I'll guarantee you now, if this score gets read over at BHS, where the Patriots seem to be taking care of business, you're going to get a big ooh.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're this kicker, you want to make sure you put this ball through the uprights again, because we've seen these kickoff returners do some special stuff. And the last thing you want to do is just kick it right down the middle or give them an opportunity to get a return.
Really no wind to speak of. Let's see. Oh, it's low. It's low, Kenny. And it's going to be handled by Watson at the 5-yard line. Kareem Watson Kobe Watson looking to get out. How about this? I said Kareem like it's Cal State hoop. So Kobe Watson gets it to the 23-yard line.
MVP, before this drive gets started 4:30 to play in this game. This is a character building opportunity for a senior in Malachi Statler and a young Frontier team from a standpoint of winning games. This is how you learn how to be a champion, by finishing a drive like this.
So Bryson Tablet on the left hip of Statler. They give it to Tablet. Tablet looking to make some noise in the middle of the football field. He's met at the 29-yard line. He finally gets brought down, and it took Jackson Santiago to at least wrangle him up for a second.
And my man Floyd, cameraman, is basically stating once Frontier is within the 25-yard range, their kicker is up to the task. So we'll see if that happens as we get to that point. They're coming out in this shotgun spread set.
A quick little shovel pass over to Tablet. Tablet brought down after the first down at about the 39-yard line. I understand what you're saying about the kicker, Ryder Crane Finch, but I'll bet the ranch right now Coach Bandy's not thinking about kicking.
I definitely will take that and bet with you, not against you on that.
The ranch and the cattle?
Yeah, you want to score a touchdown and never put the
ball in their hands again.
In the hands of a kicker. No disrespect to my kickers, Brian Walker and Robert Neese and Chad Hathaway, because they would have made them.
Tied at 16. They're going to stay on the ground with Tablet. The Golden Hawks want to try to strip that ball. And they gain 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. And we're going to dip below 3 minutes. Right now, we're tied at 16.
Boy, I'll tell you, Gavin Riley is out there serving pancakes for dinner.
Riley, Campbell, Daniel Hurtado.
Oh, I love watching the big fellas.
Austin Davis.
Get it in the trenches.
Breaking way out to the top of your screen on the left side, that's Talon Ramirez. He's had a really nice game. In motion now. Well, he stops is Durkin. They stay on the ground with Tablet. And a great, great low hit. And he gets maybe 1 yard, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Wow, big hit right there.
The last time I saw Frontier, I saw them do something that was very impressive against a Hanford football team. In the fourth quarter, they basically told their offensive line, we're winning this football game with you guys putting the hat on the hat and running simple man run game.
Of course. So on a 3rd and long 4, Malachi Statler behind center. Will they go for a hard count? Probably. No, they go right to it, and it's a burst to the middle of the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be Dante Calles.
And that's confidence, VP. What kind of offense comes out in I formation on their own 44 and runs an ISO on 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 5 when it's a tie football game with 2 minutes to go? You don't see that.
Behind a freshman center.
You don't see that. That's confidence.
Now he's right behind said center, Karsten Campbell. Quick pitch out to Tablet. Tablet gets forced to the outside, and he's run out of bounds at about they're going to say right on the 40-yard line.
This is truly a character drive saying we have the best offensive line in this league. We're going to run the football until we don't need to. And they've ran the ball every play on this drive.
So Carter Fahey runs off to the sidelines. They bring in a smaller Golden Hawk for speed. 2nd and 5. Ball's at the 40-yard line of Centennial. 1:19 left here in regulation. Heredia on the right hip. They keep it in Tablet's hands. Tablet again up to the 34-yard line, and a first down for the Titans. No timeout called yet, or did they? Well, they're going to stop the clock for a second here. I mean, they're just going with tablet. Then they jam in a first down with Calles.
And VP, let's talk about why. Centennial is staying in a two-deep safety look. As long as you're staying in these two deep safeties because you're scared of Watson and Watkins, we're going to keep running the football, getting 5 yards in a cloud of dust.
The clock continues to tick. Right now they're still just a tad out of the range of Ryder Crane Finch.
Yeah, I would actually like a little more tempo.
They're going to go to the air. Statler, will he? He tosses one up. It's deep, and it is. Oh, goodness. Could have been intercepted by 2 Golden Hawks.
I haven't seen Malachi make many mistakes. That was one of them. He threw it in a triple coverage right there, and that looked like something he was predetermined to do.
You're so right, Kenny. Insong Ginyu, who's where it was going to, and he's having a chat with a couple of the Golden Hawks that were all over him, and I'm not quite sure what he's saying because they were glued to him.
Yeah, he better be saying good coverage. I hope that's all he's saying.
You're so right. 2nd and 10. This time Statler behind center. They're going to give it to Tablet. Tablet's going to try to stretch it out. Can they get to it? He hops over one of the Golden Hawks, Vasare. And I'll tell you what, Jared Vasare's having himself a second half. And timeout taken by Coach Bandy. 16-16. We're tied. 28 seconds, and they have 1 timeout left. Kenneth.
Let me tell you what I love that Frontier is doing. They're managing the clock, because if they don't get it, there's not a whole lot of time for the opposer to get it. So you're running the football because you're basically trying to put yourself in the makeable third down opportunities, and then you're going to try to take shots, which they did with Song Ginyu. But now you got 28 seconds left in this third down, so it's a situation where you still have action at 4 down opportunity without being too worried if you don't get it, because it's only going to be 10 to 12 seconds left, if that.
That's Kenny Calvin. He knows a thing or two about late game heroics, and going like 401, his record here in high school and community college. And now the crowd is up for the Golden Hawks, and frankly, surprisingly, the Frontier crowd is just, they're just not up. They're not up. They're not into it. Statler looks, throws out to the near flat. That's going to be caught. Oh, it's almost intercepted. And a touchdown!
Wow! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Statler threw it out to the flat area. Kenny Calvin and I both thought it was intercepted, going to be intercepted. It's not. It's caught by who else? The man that's been quiet all night, Kobe Watson. Wow. And then some delicate yet dynamic running at the end of the catch to get to the near pylon. And that woke the Frontier crowd up.
Wow. Talk about building character. We said how this drive was a drive that can help them become a better football team. That was beautiful.
Here's the kick. It's up and it's good. Wow. So after all of that,
wow.
So Statler, I got to tell you, to the naked eye up here calling it, Kenny, I thought Statler, frankly, was just going to come out over here and throw just a short screen out here on the flat area, get out of bounds, give, an opportunity for Crane Finch for like a 25, 27-yarder. But we take a look at this now, and he went over that, and Watson caught it, and they went for the interception. They didn't get it. Touchdown, Frontier.
2 weeks in a row, Kobe Watson wins it for his guys. Wow. Now, hey, it's still 20 seconds left, and I've seen much stranger things happen.
So now Crane Finch and the coaching staff that are guiding him going to make a decision here on the type of kick it's going to be.
I'm still blown away by that catch because he threw that in between 3 defenders.
I thought I was getting picked off.
I mean, when your receiver's 6'5", and the DBs aren't playing highest point.
Okay, a little 7-iron, taking it to the 30-yard line. How about this? So not bad, not bad. 42-yard line. It was caught out there by Luke Camps, and Camps smartly caught it and took off with it, got it to the 40. So with 15 seconds left, we haven't seen any super long bomb throws.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't had a lot of time based on Riley and some of these defenders getting back there. But they're going to have to let it all hang out right now. Trips open set. Copus. Prevent defense for Frontier.
Steps back, throws it. It's caught for a second by Santiago. Timeout, Centennial.
That was a nice route and catch by my nephew, Jackson.
So what a play on a 3rd and 5.
It was about 20 seconds left.
The touchdown was scored at 20.
Yeah, I mean, I'm blown away by that throw because the route was a post corner route and thrown in between 2 defenders.
We see it right here, and I think it's picked off right there, and it's not. And nifty little move there, and that's all it takes. So we have been talking about how quiet Kobe Watson was this evening, not by design or intentionally, but
Malachi Stadler is the truth. I've said it week in and week out.
And we talked about just how calm and cool and collected he is, and he does it again. So now 9 seconds left. Adam Copus takes the snap. Going to have to be something phantasmical. It's thrown up, and that's going to do it right there.
And guess who?
Intercepted by Insong Ginyu. And with 1 second left, the Frontier Titans are going to wrap up the regular season 10-0, 4-0 in league, and win the Southwest Yosemite River League.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful brand of football they've played all season.
Kenny, you're going to have to go down and give somebody a Kern High Network Player of the Game shirt. We want to talk about it right now. I'm going to say for my there's a lot of things to say, but I can tell you this: 2 interceptions in the first quarter, and 1 was a pick 6. My choice, maybe you'll call it, but Dante Calles.
I mean, you got to go with Calles back based on the fact that he was the impact player that put them in a position to dominate early, and they weathered the storm.
Great show of sportsmanship. All the guys in the trenches shaking hands. That's a league championship for the Frontier Titans. Kenny, before I let you go, because you got to get down there, last thoughts on this game, because you and I will be together tomorrow night.
You know, I just want to congratulate Frontier on an amazing regular season. They did what no one thought they could do. There's a lot of people in town that's always talking about how weak their schedule is, and all they did was roll everybody.
To Coach Durrett and the Centennial Golden Hawks, what a game, what a fight, what a challenge they brought to this Frontier team. And so our Kern High Network Player of the Game is going to be Dante Calles. 2 interceptions in the first one, in the first quarter. The second was the big pick 6 that, had he not got him, we'd still be tied. So, Kenny, I'll see you tomorrow night. You and I calling north at south. Love you, buddy. Great job. Julian, thank you. Have a great night, everybody. Frontier 10-0 wins the league. We'll see you tomorrow night at South High on the Kern High Network. Good night.